Hey there, Cheryl Baldock here. How are you? So today I'm going to go over a couple of strategies that you can use when you're lifting heavy objects and experience pelvic health symptoms like leaking during your lifts or feeling pressure or bulging pressing downward through the vagina and or maybe the perineum. So first, to kind of explain why this happens is using a Valsalva technique, which is the most common breathing strategy that you use for those max lifts to stabilize the spine with the intra-abdominal pressure. But what happens is that all of that air in the belly or the intra-abdominal pressure is pushing downward onto the pelvic floor. So this is where women tend to experience these leaks or that bulging or pressure going downward. So what we want to do is we want to lift those muscles, so the vaginal muscles, up and in. And we do that with a pelvic floor contraction, muscle contraction, or you may know it as a Kegel. So just to give you a quick demonstration of the Valsalva, and then I'll get into the other breathing strategies that I use to help minimize this, is just grab my barbell here. For the purposes of this, I'm using an empty barbell. It's only 20 pounds because I'd still like to be able to talk through this, but you would really be using this with heavier lifts. Okay, so I'm just going to get in my back squat position, and your Valsalva is, and then you would exhale at the top. Okay, again, this is a better brace, stronger movement, but if you're experiencing these symptoms, you may not feel as strong or very stable. Or you may not want to feel those feelings that you're having down below. So, one strategy that I use, and I find this one the most comfortable for me, I do have a pelvic organ prolapse and I sometimes feel like I'm bearing down if I am breath holding. So I find one strategy that works for me is I inhale in, hold my breath, come down, and exhale on the way up. Now, and keep in mind, the air is going to be controlled and come out slowly as you're pressing upwards. So again, I'll show you. Inhale and back up. Okay, another strategy that you can use, and I learned this one from Julie Wiebe, is what we want to do is inhale in, engage your pelvic floor, inhale in, let a little bit of air out, then finish the Valsalva at the top. I'll show that to you one more time. So inhale, exhale, hold, there. So again, when you're doing the inhale, you want to fill up your rib cage with air, but we want to make sure that it's evenly distributed throughout, as opposed to loading all that air downward again. So on the exhale, this is where we want to think about that pelvic floor contraction. So inhale in, as you exhale, that's when you're lifting your pelvic floor or your vaginal muscles up and in, as opposed to pushing downward. So again, a great cue that I learned from the pelvic guru, Tracy Scher, was envision your vagina as an elevator. So you're pulling it up, and then as you inhale, it gently lowers. Okay, so one more time without the barbell. I'll show you what that looks like with movement. So I'm going to runaway barbell there. I guess it doesn't really matter. It's not gonna run into anything. Okay, so you're in your squat position. Gonna inhale in. As you exhale, that exhale, and then now you're gonna want to match the tension with, so before you start playing around with these strategies, I recommend that you use body weight or minimal resistance to start off with, just to learn the coordination with the breathing and the movement. And then from there, you can start adding some weight onto your barbell or heavier dumbbells or whichever piece of equipment that you plan to use. But remember, we always want to learn before loading, or learn and control before loading. So if you have any questions, please reach out. You can find me at Trabalduck on Instagram. Take care, guys. Hope that was helpful.